Okay, so this is my video on my top 2020 so far, my favorite mangas. And if you guys are bored and if you're looking something good, then they're not top mangas as in general public, right? Obviously not. I have my own taste in mangas. And I tend to enjoy mangas with overpowered main characters. It's just what I tend to enjoy. And I also tend to enjoy anti-hero style character instead of, maybe it's because I read too many of those with heroes and I'm just getting bored of them, but that's just where I land to. So I'm gonna recommend few. They're not in any kind of order. They're just in Soul Leveling, a great manga. It is so good. It's really good. I've been enjoying the crap out of it. I even start reading the novel for it as well. Then we have Rebirth of the the thing is that a lot of people not know might jump into a lot of those Chinese style novels is that, well, solo levels like Korean is still lean more towards like Japanese style of manga where you have a decent main character who's not, he's not really like a bad guy, no? And the Chinese style novels, the main character are pretty brutal. I gotta tell you, I mean, there was a one point in this novel, he wiped out generations of families member all over the world just because two or three people piss him off from that particular family. He just kills the entirety of generation of families. Anybody who has the same blood dies, and they can be in like in different country in the world, but they all die. But again, it fits my criteria of being overpowered, and I don't really care if the main character is evil or good. I enjoy it if it's overpowered style. I mean, there's a certain degree. There was few where I completely give up reading some novels when the main character was a little bit too evil for me. But when it's like, it's all fair and war. What is the expression? It's all fair and war and love, or whatever. I don't know the expression, but the point is the Chinese style novels, they tend to have like an anti-hero, not even anti-hero, just an anti. Take away the hero part. Like he's not all bad, obviously, but he tends to favor his family over everybody else, or his country or wherever he's lived. But that's how most humans are, so I can't really judge him based on that. But yeah, so watch out. I still enjoyed it. I read all the chapters. I started reading the novels. There's not that many chapters in the novels, unfortunately. Then we have I'm the Sorcerer King, a great novel. It's really, really similar to Soul Leveling, but the difference is that he's a reincarnator. So he comes in within this world and he already has a memory from the former world, but there's a lot of new magic and new stuff that has been people has been created over like because he reincarnated from the ancient times, into the but he knows the ancient magic, and in a new world people use all kind of new magics, but it's exactly similar to the you have levels and stuff, and this one you don't really have levels as cultivation levels, and this is like a game style levels, right? You level up, you get experience and stuff like that, but they're still good. I was never into those kind of mangas before, but recently I've been enjoying the hell out of them because of these few novels, then this is the one I literally just started reading. I've been enjoying it. It's not like super amazing, but I'm like on chapter 3 or 4 right now. But I gotta say, I have been enjoying it a lot recently. It could be because I'm into this type of mangas right now or something, but it's so far it's good. I'll let you know how it goes on. I just put it here just in case. You never know. Maybe you already read all of the other ones and you want to read something new, so it's there. Of course, I already recommend this before. I can't recommend this enough. Telling you, it got amazing manga, amazing novel. Now, this is one of the new one. Really brutal. Remember how I told you that this guy was brutal? Now, this guy is extremely brutal. This guy is it's just a bad guy. It's like imagine if Madara was the main character of Naruto, or Aizen was the main character of Bleach, or Blackbeard was the main character of One Piece. This is what it is. This is the bad guy. It's starting up as the main character, but it is enjoyable as hell. I'm gonna tell you, it is enjoyable as hell. The novel is even better. I recommend reading the novel, but um, manga is still not bad. It's still not nowhere as close as good as the novel, but it's still not bad, But remember, you can't even call it anti-hero. I mean, this guy is Like anti-hero is like there's a hero there, right? But this guy, he's just a bad guy. He does, I guess, few decent things, but overall, he's just there for himself. You know, you gotta survive on this brutal world. But it's a great, great, great manga. I think I already recommended this before. I recommend this again. Again, this guy is pretty brutal. A lot of these Chinese style novels, the main character is pretty brutal. You know, like they're really dark. And this guy, he's on this crazy revenge path of killing anybody who has anything to do with his family dead, and he's really brutal as well, like really brutal. Again, there is a manga for it as well. It doesn't call Hingsy, it's called something else, and it's really really good. The novel is a lot better because they skip in the mangas. They skip a lot of content. Against the God, again, there's a manga for it, a novel for it. Now, there was one point where in a novel I kind of give up, but then I went back again, continue reading it. But there's just one tiny bit that really bothered me. But overall, it's a good novel. I'm not gonna say what was the part. Now, this one I just read this 3 or 4 days ago, and I read all 100 hours, and it's so good. It has nothing to do with being overpowered, even though the main character, I guess, there's questionable. There's questionable whether he's overpowered or not. You learn once you read it, but the story is so good. It is so good. It's so enjoyable, and I enjoy the hell out of the story. It's just so good. Like there's a really good shit going on in the story. Then we have obviously novels. I also recommend this because this is one of my top favorite novels of all times, mangas of all times, novels. It's just amazing. If you have never read this immediately. Oh, this is one of the new one, recent one I read like last or 2 weeks ago. I actually never read the manga for a novel for it because the novel has a like mechanic translation. Mechanic translation sucks, but the manga it's not bad up to like chapter 400. It's actually really really good, but I mean he does few things that kind of bother me, but I guess he is human after all. He's gonna help only humans technically, you know. I would rather him not to be so like he's really, really. Sometimes he can be really hypocritical and stuff because he acts like a hero, but then he turns around and he's just like, "Oh no, I'm not gonna help humans," or if you don't look attractive enough, I'm not gonna help you, kind of situation, you know. But still, I still managed to get through all of the chapters, and I kind of enjoy it. I mean, anytime I read the manga all the way through, because there's a lot of mangas I dropped right before I can continue reading, it means I enjoyed this. So I kind of enjoyed this novel. It was actually good. It wasn't as good as the first few I mentioned, but it was still decent, you know? Like some of the ones I really, really want to recommend you. Solo Leveling, I Am the Sorcerer King, and then if you're into like a horror, like darker style, when the main character is not a good guy, Master of Gu and Hingna, like especially Master Gu, it's pretty dark. I mean, like there's one point. Okay, so if you got this part, I'm gonna give a little spoiler. If you don't want to hear it, don't continue watching it, Tom. There's one point he literally kills a little girl, sacrifices her, and makes like one of the bears eats her heart just so he can power up. I mean, technically the girl was his enemy, but it was like still a little bit too brutal for me, you know. But I guess I still enjoy because I continue reading it. Anyways, that's it for this video. This is just a small video on if you're bored, here's some great mangas to read.